Hello, this is Central End Reviews, and welcome to Flickcharting It, the show where we pit the greatest movies of all time against each other by going over to flickchart.com. So, let's get started. Our first matchup is Batman Returns versus the Incredible Hulk. I've said it before, if you watched previous videos, I really dislike Batman Returns, and I think the Incredible Hulk is actually, by Marvel standards anyway, pretty underrated, so I'm going to go with Edward Norton. Three Kings versus Apocalypse Now. Okay. I was going to say that. I'm going with Three Kings. I think Apocalypse Now I can at least appreciate, but I think it isn't as mind-blowing as it's perceived to be. And Three Kings, I think it's edgier, it's more interesting, and honestly, I think it has more to say than Apocalypse Now does. So I'm going Three Kings. Just haven't seen it. Lady and the Tramp versus Cars. Lady and the Tramp, I guess. Go with the classic. Ice Age versus Kill Bill Volume 1. Kill Bill, come on. Ice Age's not very good. I've not seen Ray. Psycho versus Star Trek Psycho. Next. Face Off versus Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park. Face Off is, doesn't hold up. Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me versus The Chronicles of Narnia. Austin Powers. Escape from New York versus District 9. District 9. My Big Fat Greek Wedding versus the Royal Tenenbaums. Said before, I need to catch up on Wes Anderson. The Wedding Singer versus My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Wedding Singer. These are all really easy so far. Not seen Dennis the Menace. Return of the Jedi versus Borat. Return of the Jedi. Elf versus Dead Man's Chest. We've had that before. Oh. Big versus Napoleon Dynamite. Big. The Departed versus The Net. Not seen The Net. The Departed versus Team America World Police. The Departed. Three Kings versus Phantom Menace. Three Kings. Not seen Moulin Rouge. Trainspotting versus Pi. Trainspotting. Minority Report versus Superman. Alright. This might be the best matchup we've had so far. Minority Report, oddly enough, is more dated than Superman is. The special effects hold up horribly, even though the movie is... It's interesting, it's good, but I'm going to go Superman. Star Wars versus The Exorcist. Okay, Exorcist is literally the top movie on my list of shame. I haven't seen it. I'm so sorry. Star Wars versus Butterfly Effect, Star Wars. Gladiator versus Cloverfield, Gladiator. Capote versus Pulp Fiction, Pulp Fiction. Hannibal versus Beauty and the Beast, Beauty and the Beast, not Hannibal. Not seen End of Days. Men in Black 2 versus Fantastic Four. I don't mind Men in Black 2, and everyone minds Fantastic Four. District 9 versus Charlie and Chocolate Factory, District 9. Eesh. Ocean's 11 versus American Psycho. I feel like this should be closer than it is, but it's really not American Psycho. Taxi Driver versus Hulk, Taxi Driver. Men in Black 2 versus Good Will Hunting, Good Will Hunting. Wedding Crashers, What Lies Beneath. Wedding Crashers versus Matrix Reloaded. Matrix Reloaded. I don't love Wedding Crashers. Okay, since I'm obviously not getting any good matchups out of this, let's just go into the top 50. Alright, there we go. Beetlejuice versus Goodfellas. Alright, I before had Beetlejuice beat out 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I will stand by that decision. But I cannot justify Beetlejuice over Goodfellas. Goodfellas, top 10 best movies ever made. Gotta go with it. Psycho versus The Princess Bride. Alright, this is better. It's Psycho. It's a classic. It's at least my second favorite Hitchcock film. It still holds up today, but come on. Princess Bride.
Conceivable. Inconceivable. 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 Inconceivable.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
The Usual Suspects versus South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut. Usual Suspects. Napoleon Dynamite versus Full Metal Jacket. No, Full Metal Jacket. Easy. You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece. Please cut that out. Please cut that out. The Hangover versus The Bourne Supremacy. I should go with The Hangover. Bourne Supremacy is not my favorite of that series. Alright, South Park versus V for Vendetta. I'm gonna say South Park, honestly. They're both social commentaries. I think South Park actually does it better. Star Trek versus Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones. Star Trek versus Ace Ventura. Ace Ventura. Batman Begins versus Ace Ventura. Batman Begins. Bourne Identity versus Slumdog Millionaire. Okay, this is a good one. Slumdog won Best Picture. I don't think it's Danny Boyle's best movie. Man, Bourne Identity, Doug Liman. I'm gonna go Bourne Identity. American Psycho versus X2. Put a clip in. American Psycho. I'm gonna go with American Psycho. Back to the Future versus Donnie Darko. Okay, I love Donnie Darko. I love Donnie Darko to death. I've seen it, I don't know what, at least 7 times in the last 2 years.
Sometimes I doubt your commitment to sparkle motion.
But, I mean, come on, Back to the Future. South Park versus Slumdog Millionaire, Slumdog Millionaire. 2001: A Space Odyssey versus Superman 2, 2001. Aliens versus Willy Wonka. I'm gonna go Willy Wonka. Superman 2 versus A Clockwork Orange. I know Clockwork Orange is probably a better movie, but honestly, it doesn't even really disturb me that much. But Superman 2 is pretty great. Superman 2. Kubrick fans must hate me right now. The Hangover versus Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting. Casablanca versus Stand By Me. Casablanca. Casablanca versus Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Casablanca. Ace Ventura versus Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi. Psycho versus The Lion King. Lion King, honestly. It's really not that hard. Sorry, Hitchcock. Where's Rear Window? We need Rear Window in here. The Usual Suspects versus Star Wars. Star Wars. Spider-Man 3 versus Borat. Borat, I guess. Batman Begins versus Back to the Future. Back to the Future. Star Trek versus Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka. Clockwork Orange versus Jurassic Park. I'm gonna go Clockwork Orange. Clockwork Orange again versus Lord of the Rings: Two Towers. Lord of the Rings. God, that is a creepy ass poster. 2001: A Space Odyssey versus Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. 2001. Ocean's 11 versus Return of the Jedi. Or Revenge of the Jedi, if you're like it's poster. I'm gonna go with Revenge of the Jedi. Usual Suspects versus Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs. Avatar versus Big. Right. Avatar's still in the top 20, isn't it? Alright, let's fix that. New goal of this episode. Get Avatar out of my top 20. Batman Begins versus The Hangover. Batman Begins. Batman Begins versus Back to the Future. Back to the Future. Goodfellas versus Superman 2. Goodfellas. Rocky versus Batman Begins. I'm actually going to say Batman Begins. I love Rocky, but honestly, it's pretty slow. Goodfellas, Return of the Jedi, Goodfellas. Back to the Future versus Good Will Hunting, Back to the Future. Bourne Identity versus Silence of the Lambs, Silence of the Lambs. Three of these are kind of easier. Back to the Future versus Good Will... Did I say that? Silence of the Lambs versus The Hangover. Silence of the Lambs versus Superman 2. 2001: Space Odyssey versus Rocky. 2001. Silence of the Lambs versus Beetlejuice. Oh, there we go. Alright. I've expressed how much I love Beetlejuice. Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder. Would be perfectly happy watching that movie every single day of my life.
Are you doing
Work
this?
all night and a drink a rum. Stack banana till the morning come. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Live 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch.
But Silence of the Lambs is it's up there. It really is, and I gotta go with it. Slumdog versus Back to the Future. Back to the Future. Wow, Slumdog's gonna come in the top 20. Star Wars. Where's Avatar? Is it already out of the top 20? Back to the Future. Rocky versus Batman Begins. We just had that. Usual Suspect versus Aliens. Usual Suspect. Batman Begins versus 2001: A Space Odyssey. Alright, honestly, this is really hard for me. I love Batman Begins. Batman Begins is really personally important to me. 2001: Space Odyssey is an incredible movie, but I honestly gotta say Batman Begins. This is an entirely personal bias decision, but hey, it's my choice. Beetlejuice versus Slumdog, Beetlejuice. Batman Begins versus Return of the Jedi, Batman Begins. Batman Begins versus Superman 2, Batman Begins. The Hangover versus Borat, Hangover. I'm a big Borat fan. Usual Suspects versus Slumdog, Usual Suspects. So I think that Avatar is not in the top 20. Star Wars. Born Identity versus Rocky. Rocky. Star Wars. Alright, now we're going back into unranked, try to get some new movies in here. Alright, so Ocean's 13 versus The Prestige. Not some of the Ocean sequels. The Incredibles versus The Prestige. Alright, that's going in the thumbnail. Alright, The Incredibles. One of Pixar's best movies. It's an awesome family superhero movie, but The Prestige is... It's one of Christopher Nolan. Actually, it's not one of Christopher Nolan's best, but even Christopher Nolan's worst is still pretty damn amazing. And I gotta pick it. Prestige. Last Action Hero versus Heat. I've not seen The Last Action Hero. Heat versus The Big Lebowski. Big Lebowski, come on.
That's fucking interesting, man. That's fucking interesting.
Zodiac versus Avatar. Not Avatar, The Aviator. We'll get some more Avatar later, trust me. Alright, it's 4 hours long. I'm not gonna watch it. Problem with unranked, it makes me look bad. Zodiac versus Shawshank Redemption. Alright, I think Zodiac is David Fincher's second best movie. It's great. It's if you haven't seen it, you have to go check it out. But come on, Shawshank. Not seen The Meaning of Life. Wizard of Oz versus King Kong. The Wizard of Oz, I guess. Not seen Chicago. What else have I not seen? Yeah, 2 Best Picture winners in a row I've not seen. Back to the Future Part 2. There we go. American History X versus Blood Diamond, American History X. Anchorman versus Terminator Salvation, Anchorman. The Karate Kid versus the Raiders of the Lost Ark, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Alright, do 5 more. Nightmare Before Christmas versus I Am Legend, Nightmare Before Christmas. The Mask versus Amelie. Let's say Amelie. Good French film if you haven't seen it, but you more than likely haven't. Independence Day versus Troy, Independence Day. Cruel Intentions versus Old School. Old School. Not seen either, actually. I've seen half of Aaron Brockovich, but still haven't seen The Road. Should I see Alien 3, honestly? Inception. I'm gonna pick Inception. Up versus Constantine. Up. Alright. I refuse to end it on that. Give it 3 more chances. 1. Little Miss Sunshine versus Wayne's World. Ooh, good one. There we go. Wayne's World is kind of the ultimate awesome meta comedy. And Little Miss Sunshine, well, the ending is just weird. It is pretty great. And, gotta go Little Miss Sunshine. Ooh, wait. Last one. The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind versus Schindler's List. Sorry, I can't pass up on Eternal Sunshine. So now we're going to re-rank Avatar and try to get it as low on the list as possible. So Avatar versus Apocalypse Now. Apocalypse Now. Avatar versus Gladiator. Gladiator. Avatar versus Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Avatar versus Shallow Hal. Shallow Hal. It's funny. How is Shallow Hal above Fellowship of the Ring? How? Avatar versus Euro Trip. I'd rather watch Euro Trip. Avatar versus Wedding Crashers. Wedding Crashers. Avatar is now 252nd on our flick chart. Good. Very good. So before we go, let's check out the current top 20. Number 20, American Psycho. It's not terrible. Number 19, The Bourne Identity. Number 18, South Park. Bigger, longer, uncut. Yeah. 17, Slumdog Millionaire. Yeah. 16, Aliens. Eh. 15, Willy Wonka. Yeah. 14, Borat. No. How is Borat still that high? 13, Return of the Jedi. 12, Rocky. 11, Beetlejuice. There we go. 10, Hangover. No. 9, Good Will Hunting. No. 8, Superman 2. No. 7, Goodfellas. Yes, there we go. 6, 2000 Space Odyssey. No. 5, Batman Begins. No. 4, Usual Suspects. Yeah, I can live with that. 3, Silence of the Lambs. Yes. 2, Star Wars. Yes. And 1, Back to the Future. Yes. Okay, so we finished strong. Alright, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Come back for more reviews and some more long-form videos, and see you guys next time.